Yes, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, and welcome back. It's been a while. Good evening, everyone. It's been a while that I was actually doing a live stream in YouTube. It's about a month, right? I haven't been I haven't done any of my live stream through YouTube, and it's good to be back. Once again, thank you for everyone for patiently waiting for this for this live stream to be back. And as always, the live stream that we have in YouTube um, focuses more on helping our dear students, yes, to help you out with your maths and science. And yeah, before we do something, welcome back to school, students. Yes, it's some of the schools have started, and some of the schools will start next week. And so I welcome you back to school. Welcome back to school, and I hope that you had a good summer break, you had a good school break, and you are ready for your school this August or September for this new academic year. So we will go easy tonight. We will be having sorry, I'm just checking the connection. We will be having an easy topic tonight, quite more of a revision actually. It's more of a revision for all of us because we will be doing the operations of the order of operations. Sorry, I'm still on the I'm still on the break mode. So we will be doing the order of operations. Hi, Popong! Popong, hello, good evening. It's nice to see you once again here in our... Hi, Mathea. It's nice to see you back here in YouTube. Yes. So for our online tutorial tonight, it will be quite a relaxing one. We'll try to finish in an hour, and if we are able to finish in an hour, then we will not be able to do an educational game. It's either Kahoot or the Trivia Murder Mystery game. Okay, so we'll see which one would work. It's either one of them. Okay. So our topic for tonight will be a bit easy. This is actually a year 7 topic, and for maths we will do the order of operations. This is quite a relaxing, it's more of a revision actually. And as well as for our science, we will revise, sorry, revise measurements, which is the first topic actually in science, okay, for general science. So we will just go as easy as we can. So I welcome you back all to our live stream. And yes, so let's get started with our lesson for tonight. Yay! All right, so for our maths topic for tonight, we will be learning or revising and appreciate that in maths, actually, when we evaluate operations in a particular order, we actually have an order. We call it BIDMAS, some call it PEMDAS, some call it BODMAS. So either way, whatever you call it, it's actually order of operation, okay, according to BIDMAS. So we'll be able to use, you can actually use a calculator to check whether if you have a complicated expression. But so by the way, your calculators are being how do you call it, programmed that it would also follow the order of operations. Yes. Okay. So in the order of operations, so what do we follow? Okay. What do we follow in our operations? So what is the precedence of the operators here? For example, the order we do that operations in. So follow what we call the BIDMAS. Okay, so first is we have to do the operations of our brackets. All right, and then followed by our indices or indices. Some actually pronounce it as indices. Okay, it's indices. Then we do the division and multiplication. Actually, for division and multiplication, that's why they are on the same level. That means we treat them equally. But because we write from left to right, wow, that's rhyming. Because we write from left to right, we follow the operations. If it's, let's say, for example, it's all division and multiplication, okay? So we just follow whatever the operation comes first from left to right. So, for example, multiplication comes first on the left side. That means that we have to multiply first, then we divide. But if it was division first before multiplication, then we divide first before we multiply. All right? So that is for division and multiplication. And the last operations that we need is the addition and subtraction. Once again, that's why the addition and subtraction is written together on the same level. That means that we have to treat them as equal as it is. But however, you might think, which one would we do? Addition first before subtraction or subtraction first before addition? Again, it depends us which operation comes first from left to right. Okay, so for example, what is the precedence of the operations here? So what do we do first? What will we do first? What's the first one that we have to do? So that means that according to the precedence, it's the bracket first. So whatever is inside your bracket, that is the one that you have to do first. So 3 plus 4 is inside the bracket. That means that we have to add first before the indices or the power. So 1 plus 2 times, what is 3 plus 4? 3 plus 4 is 7, and then power of 2. Okay, and then what's next? The next one would be your indices or your power. So that will be, which one is your power here? Your power here, hi Maha Blanca, your power here is 2. So that means that you have 1 plus 2 times 7 square is 49. Okay, then what? What's next, teacher? What's next to that? The next to that will be the operation division or multiplication. For this case, it's the multiplication that we have. So what is the multiplication or division operation here? We have 2 times 49. So we do 2 times 49 first. 1 plus 2 times 49 is 98. So we have 98. And of course, the last operation that we have is addition. So we just need to add that, which would give us 99. So the correct answer will be 99. Yes. And as always, we have to note as well that if we have negation, when we talked about negation, that means there are negative numbers, okay? So if we want to do minus 3 squared, there is a difference when there is the presence of your bracket and without, okay? So why do we need the brackets then? So if you check it out with your calculator, the bracket will force the negation to be done before squaring. Okay? So otherwise, if there is no bracket, then we follow BIDMAS, which is the power must be done first before the minus sign. So for example, if we have negative 3 to the power of 2, there is no bracket. And according to BIDMAS, bracket first, then the index. So since the index is here as 2, then that will be negative 9. And of course, the negative sign will be done after. So 3 square is 9, and then a negative, that will be a negative 9. Okay? But what if there is a bracket? That means that if there is a bracket, we have to deal with the one inside the bracket first. So if it is being squared, that is understood to be negative 3 times negative 3. Okay, so negative 3 times negative 3 becomes positive. So this is positive 9. All right, so with the bracket, it becomes positive. Without the bracket, it becomes negative only. Okay, but would it matter if it is only a positive number? No, it doesn't matter. It is only when there is a negation or a negative. So if we have 20 minus 3 plus 2, which would be the correct answer? Should it be 19? Hi, Ambery. Good evening. Should it be 19 or should it be 15? So if with the multiple operations with the same precedence, okay, we evaluate them as, wait ma'am, the first one turn positive. No. If you checked it in your calculator even, it won't be positive because the negative sign there will be treated as a minus sign. So according to BIDMAS, it is indices first before addition and subtraction. But if with the brackets, then it will be forced to be squared. So negative 3 with a bracket will be forced the negation to be done with the square. Oh, so it rains. Eh? What does it rain? Okay. But otherwise, if the power is not with the, power, negative is not with brackets, then it would be the power which will be done first. So even if it has a power of 3 or more, yes, that is right. So let's say, for example, we have a negative 2 to the power of, by the way, this only affects, as I have mentioned, to positive number. So if let's say negative 2 to the power of 3 and a bracket of negative 2 to the power of 3. So this means because of the rule of order of operation, this will be the power first before the negation. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and then you place the negative. So negative times 8 or minus 8. Okay? But with the brackets, the number, the negative number will be forced, okay? Will be forced to be done with or before the power. So this will be negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4 times negative 2 will be negative 8. Okay? So if it is with, what's up? Hi, Onika. Yes. All right. So it is affected, especially with the even power. All right. So if we have the operations 20 minus 3 plus 2, again, if we have multiple operations, as I have mentioned, positive and negative, or plus and minus is of the same level. So with the same precedence, the ceiling at Onika. Hi, Kaini. So it will be left to right. So 20 minus 3 will be 17, right? 20 minus 3 will be 17, right? Okay. So 20 minus 3 first. So 20 minus 3 will be 17, and then you add 2. 7 plus 2 will be 19. Okay? So we evaluate them from left to right. All right, let's try this. Let's try the following. Okay. You can just type your answer. The first one, this is the first question. And then this is the second question, and then the third question. Okay? You can write your answer. I'll give you 3 minutes to answer the question on the screen. Was so quiet. Okay, again, we follow the rule of BIDMAS. So BIDMAS is brackets first, indices means power, and then division and multiplication is of the same precedence or the same level. So if there's a multiple operations in multiplication and division, you do it from left to right. And if it is addition and subtraction, it is of the same precedence as well. So that means you have to do it from left to right as well. So what will be the first answer? You're already answering number 2. Maha Blanca. Oh, this one. You mean the answer you have here is 4. Okay. All right, let's check if your answer is correct. So again, the precedence, since the same operation, of the same level, precedence, division and multiplication. So all we need to do is 8 divided by 4, which would be 2, and then times 2 will be 4. So that is correct. Yes, that's right. So 8 divided by 4 is 2 times 2 is 4. That's right. Number 1 is, what's number 1? 10. Okay, let's check if it is indeed 10. So again, if it is with brackets, we do the operations inside the bracket first. And since there are 2 different operations here, we would do the multiplication first over addition. So this will be 1 minus 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3, 31. Is that a plus? Sorry. 4 times, yeah, it's a plus. Which one is oh, the last one, you mean? Okay. Got it. This one, your answer is 10. Sorry, it's 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3, you have 11, right? And 1 minus 11 is negative 10, not 10. Hi, Dexine. Yes, the last problem is 30. Okay, so another answer is 30. Let's check which one is correct. All right, Maha Blanca, the first question, you missed out the negative. Sorry. You missed out the negative. Last problem is 31. Okay, because it's 1 minus 11, so it should be negative 10. All right, let's check the last question here. So again, brackets first, 3 plus 2 will be 5. Oh, I'm using a different color. 5, and then square it, plus 3 times 2. Yes, so 5 square will be 25 plus 3 times 2. So since there is a multiplication, we do the multiplication first. So 25 plus 6 will be 31. Well done, Dexine. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so we have negative 10. You are right. 4, that is right. And 31, will we have... Will we have games later? Yes, if we have time, no problem. We'll have games. It's the Jackbox trivia. I'm trying to do the Kahoot, but I do not know why my screen is not playing any of the Kahoot. Okay, here is the last set of questions that you can actually practice. Okay, let's practice the following questions. Try to answer it. I'll give you 5 minutes, okay? I'll just talk here. Yes. Please don't use your... Sorry. I think I've eaten something. Free Fire game, please. Wow. Free Fire. I didn't know what's Free Fire game. Next time, Ati Dexine, I'll try to check what is Free Fire. For you, Ate Dexine, we'll try to check what is Free Fire. All right, so our last set of questions, we have 2 square plus 9 times bracket 5 minus 3. Okay, and then the other one would be 3 times 4 plus 2 brackets minus 10 divided by 2. All right, and then we have a fraction form. By the way, if it's a fraction form, the fraction, whatever is the operation on top and below, will be done separately. Okay. All right, let's answer the following. Let me know what's your answer for the first question, the second question, and the last question. Okay, the first question, the middle question, and the last. Fear. What is a fear? What is number fear? Okay, let's see. Number 1 is 36. Okay, let's just write it down. Okay, all your answers, I'll write it down. Number 2 is 13. Okay, let's see. And then what would be the last one? I'm waiting for the last answer before we start solving them. The last one is 3. Okay, let's check your answers. The last one is 3. Anyone who wish to object any other answer? If not, then we can try to solve them. Okay. So the first question here, we have brackets first. So according to BIDMAS, again, we follow the rule of BIDMAS. We have to do bracket first. So the brackets, we have 5 minus 3. So this will be 2 square plus 9 times, what is 5 minus 3? 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay? And then after BIDMAS will be the index. For some reason, I got answer 22 in number 1. Okay, we will, number 3 problem, the answer is number 1. Yes, okay. Yes. Let's try to check if 36 is correct or is it 22. Let's just write your answer as well, Ma Blanca. We would know. Okay, so 5 minus 3 is inside the bracket. So according to BIDMAS, we have to do the brackets first. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Then after B is I, which is an index. And the only one that we have an index here is the one with the power of 2. So 2 square, or 2 to the power of 2, is actually 4. So 4 plus 9 times 2. Okay. Then we have the operations of plus and multiplication, addition and multiplication, but according to the order of operations, it's multiplication first. So we do the multiplication. 9 times 2 first. 9 times 2 is 18, so we have 4 plus 18. So 4 plus 18 will be 22. So it's not 36. Yeah, probably Dexine overlooked the number. So 4 plus 18 is 22. So question number 1, the answer is 22. Now let's proceed to the next question. Oh, okay. Your answer is as well is 13. All right. So let's check. Again, we follow the rule or the order of operation. We do the brackets first. So 3 times 4 plus 2 is 6. So that's 6 minus 10 divided by 2. And since we have multiplication and division on both ends of our example, so we do the operations as it is from left to right. So 3 times 6 will be 18 minus 10 divided by 2 will be 5. So 18 minus 5 will be 13. Yay! Well done! You did it correctly. Okay? And I did follow the rule because I'm late. Okay, Dexy, no problem. Okay, the last answer, number 3 is 1. Okay, not 3, it's 1. Okay, let's write it down. Okay, so again, we follow the rule. Negative 3 square, again, if there is a negative, negation, you include the negative sign when it is inside your bracket. So negative 3 times negative 3 will be 9 plus 8 divided by 2, okay, will be 4 divided by 3 square is 9, and then 2 square is 4. So yes, you are exactly correct. So 13 divided by 13 is 1. So the answer for the last question is 1. Okay? Do you follow now? So any question with the order of operation? As I have mentioned, when we do the order of operation, my answer in number 3 is 1, 2. Yes, you are right, Maha Blanca. Yes, we follow the rule of BIDMAS. So division and multiplication is of the same precedence. When we say precedence, that means they are of the same level. So we deal with the operation equally. Okay, but it will only differ because we write from left to right. That means whichever operation comes first must be dealt with before the other. So if it's multiplication first before division, then we do the multiplication, then the division after. But if it's division then multiplication, then we do division and then multiplication after. The same with addition and subtraction. If it is addition first, then subtraction, then we do addition first and then subtraction later. If it's negative or subtraction first, sorry, I placed division. Hi, Simply Me. Subtraction first before addition, then we do the subtraction first before the addition. Okay, so I hope that is understood. Any question with math before we proceed to science? Okay, I will give you one complicated. Complicated. It's not really complicated, but if we have the different operations in a more complex example. Okay, so let's say I give you 2 minus bracket 2 plus 2 times 2 square. Let me just check if my September Pamong class teacher. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. You still have a lot of time to rest. That is good to know. Multiplication plus 2 divided by 2 plus 2 square. Okay. What do you think would be the answer here? 2 minus bracket 2 plus 2 times 2 square, brackets, close bracket, 2, power of 2, plus 2 divided by 2 plus 2 square. What do you think would be the answer here? Let's try. So again, even if your teacher would give you a very complicated or complex question such as this, do not be confused. Focus. Focus on the rule. Okay? The order of operations states that brackets first, whatever is inside the bracket should be done first. Okay? And if inside the bracket has different operations, then we follow the rule as it is. Let's see. So taas equation. So taas equation. Yes, it's so taas. It's so taas. So which one do you think would be done first? Inside the brackets, right? So, okay, let's make a shortcut out of this. Okay, so we have 2 minus. All right. Now, inside the bracket, there is a square. So we square 2 first. So 2 square is 4, right? Okay, 2 square is 4. This one is 4. Times 2 is 8. Plus 2 will be 10. Follow? So that will be 10 power of 2. 2 square is 4. Times 2 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. So that will be 10 square. Plus 2 divided by 2 plus 2 square is 4. Okay? Now there is still another square, which is the 10. So 2 minus 100. Plus, that's a division. So 2 divided by 2 is 1 plus 4. Then we do the operation from left to right. Can you continue with that? Easy, right? It was like just 5 seconds. 2 minus 100. What is 2 minus 100? That is a negative 98. Plus 1, that's negative 97. Plus 4, that's negative 93. So the answer is negative 93. Okay? Questions so far? Any, you can chat, you can type your question. All right, so we will, if there's no question, yeah, so we will, yes, so just to recap what we have discussed in maths, the order of operation would follow the order of, the rule of operation, or the order of operation follows BIDMAS or PEMDAS or BODMAS, okay? So we have brackets first. You deal with everything inside the brackets first, and then you deal with those with indices or power, and then you deal with the division answer. Okay. Yes, I think what needs to be practiced is when you deal with negative numbers. This is actually it's not just all of you watching now, but it's actually true for most students. They're always confused. When will this negative number be affecting my answer? So you just need to know that if there is a minus, it's always the bigger number who follows the sign. So 2 minus 100, so just subtract 2 from 100, which is 98, and since 100 has a negative sign, so it will be negative 98. Okay, so we proceed with, yeah, so you can continue to just type in your question. Wait, why negative? I just showed it. Maha Blanca, yes, Maha Blanca, there is a bracket which is 2 plus 2 times 2 to the power of 4. So you have to deal with the 2 to the power of 4 first. 2 to the power of 4. Yes, it's 93. Yes, that's right, 93. Hi, Teacher Britannia. Good evening. I know it's time check, 11 in the evening in New Zealand. Okay, so 2 square is 4. Times 2 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. That's why it's 10 here. And since this is also 2 to the power of 2, that's why it's 4 there. And since this is 10 to the power of 2, 10 square is 100. That's why it's 100 here. And since the remaining, and 2 divided by 2 is division, so we have to do with that. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, well done, Maha Blanca. So 2 minus 100 is negative 98. Plus 1 is negative 97. plus 4, so negative 97 plus 4. So since that's different operations, it will be negative 93. Okay, let's proceed to our... I hope there's no more question on that. Okay, let's proceed to our science. So this is a year 7 science. This is the first, not just in year 7, but in almost all science book. This is always the first part of the topics, okay, or the first topic of a science book, because science always starts with a study of life. And before you could study this, when you study life, you need to understand measurements. Okay, so this is comes in handy with most of our scientists. Okay, so what may be the largest living thing on Earth when was discovered in a forest in Oregon? A fungus known as a honey mushroom lives 3 feet underground, covers 10 square meters or 10 square kilometers. Small mushrooms, like above the grounds, are tiny. It can be covering probably 3 centimeters. Okay, so when scientists study living things, they often take measurements. So like length, mass, or volume. So they always measure it. Why? Because this is important in data handling. So when you are a scientist, this is very important. So when we talked about measurement, or even in any science, so if you say the speed is in 7 kilometers per hour, how would you understand what is 7 kilometers per hour? So that means that these are all measurements. When you wanted to explain something, it's always in numbers. So measurement is always the first topic in science. Okay, so a measurement is a value that tells the amount of something. So a measurement has a quantity or a unit. Okay, so quantity, it's always quantity. Measurement is quantity or a unit. So for example, if you say 5 centimeters, it is a measurement. It has a quantity which is 5 and the unit is centimeters. So a unit is a fixed amount of something. So if you ask someone to walk 5, okay, let's say 5 kilometers, so she would know that she will walk 5 kilometers. But if you would just tell someone, okay, please walk 5 what? 5 foot, 5 feet, sorry, not foot, 5 feet, 5 meters, 5 kilometers, what do you want me to do? So you have to understand that the units are very important, because this would tell you and imply what is a fixed amount. So if you say, I have a swimming pool that is 10. What 10? Is it 10 square meters or 10 square meter cube or 10 centimeter cube? So what is it? So the unit would tell you the amount or the fixed amount of something. So if we talked about units, there is actually 2 systems. Okay, there are 2 systems. The first one is the English system, or the old. Hi Jonix TV, mayong gabi. Mayong gabi kanimo. Shout out sa mga taga Valencia. Okay, so the international system of measurement is the other system that we actually use. So units allow people to communicate amounts. So to make sure that their measurements are accurate, scientists use a set of standard units, okay, that have been agreed all over the world. So why is the SI, or the International System of Measurement, popular than the Old English? It's because the International System of Measurement has a direct conversion. For example, if you would see it on the table, I don't know if it's clear from your end, but these are the measurements that we have. So it's actually easier to convert one value to the other, one unit to the other. And as well as for the English system, there are estimates, or the exact value might not be the exact value when you convert it to the next unit. For example, foot and you wanted to convert it in miles, it might not be exact because of the different decimals that you have. So easier way to measure, that's why they use the International System of Measurement. Okay, so for example, quantity, we have length. So we have meters, we have kilometers, we have decimeters, we have centimeters, we have millimeters, and so on. And we have its equivalent value. Remember, kilo means thousand, deci or decade means 10, centi or century means 100, milli means milliseconds is thousands, or milli is thousand as well, but in a smaller scale. So you would know. As well as volume. So we have liters, milliliters, centiliters, and the good thing here is that the difference between capacity and volume is volume mostly would be about a liquid. Okay, so we use milliliters and liters, and capacity. But volume, on the other hand, capacity is mostly the liquid one. But volume, on the other hand, could also be the space. So that is why volume and capacity can be interchanged. Okay, so going back, length is a measurement of distance or the height, right? Or measure the length of a fish, or measure the length of a what else can I think of? A tree. Okay, so they use length. Okay, and then we have I don't think I have it here. Okay, area. I think I have it here. Let me there you go. So length is a measurement of distance, and then the measurement of area is how much surface you have. Surface. So if you wanted to measure, like for example, a dog, what is the area of its territory? That means what would be the area where the dog could run around. So the territory probably is let's say 100 square meters. So that is only the area or the surface where your dog can run around. So that is what we meant by area. It's a measurement of how much surface you have. Okay, and then of course volume is the measurement of the space. This is the one that I have mentioned a while ago. What's the difference between capacity and volume? Capacity is used for liquids or something that is measured inside, like water or any liquid on that matter. But volume is actually a generic word that is used to measure the space. So if you are asked, what's the volume of your aquarium? Or what's the volume of your house? So it measures the space inside, something that it has occupied. So the volume of a solid object is usually measured in, so this is where it differs. The volume of a solid object, like this, the volume of your aquarium, or the volume of your swimming pool, or the volume of your house, or the volume of your wood, it's actually in, let's say, centimeter cube, millimeter cube, and so on and so forth. Because volume in maths is length times width times height. Okay? But the volume of liquid, or measuring the volume of liquid or the capacity, that means that we have to use liters, milliliters, and so on. But the only thing between the two, if you have a liquid and your solid, is that there is a common conversion between the two. 1 centimeter cube is actually equivalent to 1 milliliter. Okay? So if you go to the hospital, and then let's say a doctor, or if you watch a movie and it will say give that patient 5 cc. Cc there means cubic centimeter, cm cube. 5 cc means 5 ml. So if your doctor would tell you give this person probably let's say 2 cc. 2 cc means 2 cubic centimeter. Okay, so that is what it meant. All right. Okay, What is happening? Something went down. Sorry, I can't see my screen. Okay, yeah. Oh, now I see it. Suddenly, my screen cannot be seen. Okay, the last one, I think I haven't placed it here, is the measurement of mass. Okay, so when we say measurement of mass, as matter is being defined as anything that has a mass and takes up a space, so that matter is, whether it's air or gas or solid liquid, mass is the measurement of the amount of matter that makes up something. So that's mass. It's kilogram, grams, and so on. So that is mass. Well, temperature is the measurement of hotness and coldness, or hot and cold of something. So temperature, there are two. Actually, there's three, but the one that is commonly used is Fahrenheit and degree Celsius. So there is a conversion between Fahrenheit and degree Celsius. If you would wish to know, if you wanted degree Celsius, okay, and given Fahrenheit, so degree Fahrenheit minus 32 times, this is actually 5 over 8, or 0.56, and degree Fahrenheit would be 1.8 plus, sorry, times, not plus, times degree Celsius, okay, plus 32. I hope you can still see it. Okay. So degree Fahrenheit would be 1.8 times degree Celsius plus 32. And please do take note, we just finished order of operations. So anything inside the bracket must be done first before you do the operations outside the bracket. Okay. So that is your measurement of temperature. So the other one, the third measurement, is actually Kelvin. Okay, but the one that is commonly used, as I have mentioned, is Fahrenheit and degree Celsius. Kelvin also describes temperature, but the only thing with Kelvin is that, okay, the only thing with Kelvin is that it has a 0 Kelvin. So when we talked about 0 Kelvin, that is absolute absence of hot or cold. So that means there is nothing, no temperature at all. So Kelvin is normally used in scientific work, but in just probably in just weather forecast, or what is the temperature of the day, it will always be in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Okay, because Kelvin is also with the absolute 0, which is the absence of temperature, or there's no hotness or coldness. All right, so let's try to do a few questions here. So it says here, a graduated cylinder, wow, it has graduated. A graduated cylinder contains a 50 ml of water. After marble was added, the volume of the graduated cylinder was 75 ml. What is the volume of the marble? Hint, 1 ml is equivalent to 1 centimeter cube. Now, why is this given here as a hint? Again, because the centimeter cube, the millimeter cube is commonly used for solids. So you can answer the questions here, and then you just type in your answers on the chat box and tell me what are the answers of our question. The second question says, a beetle measure 1 centimeter across. What is the measurement in millimeters? So the given is 1 centimeter, and you are asked what is its equivalent in millimeter, ml. Millimeter, ml, mm. An aquarium has a volume of 0.45 meter cube. What is its volume in liters? Okay. All right. So, Going back to first question. So the first question is, you have, let me just change. So after dropping the marble, by the way, this experiment is what we call water displacement. Okay, so it displaced your water. The added mass or the added matter inside displaces the water, so it goes higher. Okay, so 75 ml minus 50 ml. So 75 minus 50 is 25 ml. And since you are asked the volume in centimeter cube, so 25 ml will be 25 centimeter cube. So that's your answer. Okay, because, oh no, I don't remember. Okay, all right, no problem. A beetle measured 1 cm. Okay, 1 cm, by the way, in terms of milli means 1000, centi means 100. So the difference between the 0, 100, and 1000, okay, the difference between the 0 is actually only 1. That means that centimeter to millimeter is 10. Okay, so 1 centimeter would be equivalent to 10 millimeter. Because milli is 1000 in terms of the standard measurements. So sorry, I'm late. Milli is 1000 and centi is 100. So 1000 has 3 zeros, 100 means 2 zeros. So you just cancel the zeros. There's 1 zero that is left. So centimeter to millimeter is actually 10. So 1 centimeter is 10 centimeter. Okay, now the last question, you have 0.45 millimeter cube. Now you wanted it to be converted in liters. Now there is 1000 centimeter cube is 1 liter. Okay, that is an established conversion. 1000 centimeter cube is 1 liter. So that means that we have to convert this millimeter cube to centimeter cube. Now according to the conversion, let me just write it down here. 0.45. So the conversion is actually 1 centimeter cube. So 100, okay, centimeter is 100, right? So 100 being cubed, so that means you have 6. My brain is not functioning. Okay, so this will be 6 zeros. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Okay, so 6 decimal place value. So that means 0.45 is actually 450,000 centimeter cube. Okay, please do take note that centimeter cube is smaller in terms of unit compared to millimeter cube. So you will be expecting it to be a bigger number. So 0.45 is 450,000 centimeter cube. And since 1000 centimeter cube is equivalent to 1 liter, all you have to do is cancel the 3 zeros there, which is in your 1000. So that means that 0.45 is actually 450 liters. Okay. Your brain is not functioning. Okay. And this is the last one that we have, conversion with your Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So 80 degree Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So we have 80 Fahrenheit minus 32 times 0.56. Okay, 0.56. That means that 80 degree Fahrenheit is actually equivalent to 26.88 degrees Celsius. Sorry, I have a copy on the side wherein I have already calculated this a while ago. You might notice me looking on the side. Okay, so the next one is we have 32 degree Fahrenheit, and then you have 2 degrees Celsius. So the same thing, you have 32 minus 32 times 0.56. So that's 0, right? So it's 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then the last one, we have 21 degrees Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. So you have the conversion is addition. It's the other way around. Okay, so if this is minus, and always remember that Fahrenheit is the value of Fahrenheit is greater than degrees Celsius of equivalent temperature, hotness or coldness. Okay, so but the value, meaning the number, is greater in Fahrenheit than in degrees Celsius. So if you would notice 80 degree Fahrenheit, that's 80, while in degrees Celsius equivalent to the same temperature reading, it's 26.88 only. And 32 degree Fahrenheit means 0 degrees Celsius. Okay? So if I have a 21 degrees Celsius, that means my Fahrenheit will be higher. So since the operations in the conversion factor is minus and multiplication for Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius, for degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, it will be multiplication then addition because it has a higher value. So we have 1.8 times 21 plus 32. So it's the opposite. So 1.8 times 21 plus 32 will be 69.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. So that is our topic for tonight. Any questions so far? Any questions? So in science, we have reviewed the topics for measurement, which is mostly the first part of your book. If you would check your book, it's always the first part. As I have mentioned, yes, that's right, 69.8. That's correct. Okay, so Fahrenheit, in terms of equivalent, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 0 degrees Celsius. So Fahrenheit is always of greater value. Equivalent, I mean greater number, with of the same measurement or temperature reading. So that is also the explanation why your conversion for degree Fahrenheit is always minus 32 before it's being multiplied to 0.58. And for degrees Celsius, it's 1.8 times degrees Celsius and then plus 32. So you see the difference. This will give you those values. Yeah. So if you go somewhere and suddenly the reading in the room is 100, let's say 170, or not 170, that's too high, right? Or probably 67 or 80. You might think, wow, it's too hot here. Please do check whether it's Fahrenheit or degrees Celsius. Because Fahrenheit is of, the numbers are bigger. Okay. Any further question with measurements or anything for that matter? I don't think we can play tonight. It's 7:57 and we are just 2 minutes away from ending our live stream. It's only 1 hour tonight. I'm planning to transfer our live stream on a Wednesday because I'm too occupied with the next event happening on a Tuesday that I have to end exactly at 8 o'clock for my live stream. What do you think? Okay. Any question? It's too quiet. Any questions so far? I hope that you have understood our lesson for tonight, and I hope that you have learned something as well. So if you have any, let's say, for example, for those that are having classes already, if you have any topic this week or next week that you would wish me to further explain it online during our online tutorial, please do leave a comment on this live stream. Do leave a comment. Yes, no games. Yes, because it's almost 8 o'clock. So sorry, Maha Blanca. Probably if I think we'll just transfer our live stream on a Wednesday next week so that we can have 1 hour and 30 minutes and we can have at least 30 minutes game. Or Tuesday. Oh, okay. We can do a Tuesday next week and then we can have 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, so I hope that you have learned something today and I hope that you have as well refreshed what you have actually learned from previous year. All right. So before we end our live stream tonight, it's exactly 8 o'clock and thank you. Up to you, Mom. You are the teacher. Okay. All right. Sure, Maha Blanca. I will be updating you either through a Facebook. I have class already. Okay, no problem. So yes, so if you are having classes already and you have some questions or clarifications about maths and science, please do leave a comment through this live stream or any of my maths and science video so that I could actually help you during our online tutorial. Do not be shy, just type it in. If I would know, I would be able to teach you, but if I'm not so familiar with whatever you are having, then I wouldn't even bother to do it, and then I might be giving you the wrong information. Okay, so as much as I can, I would be able to help you. I would. All right, so I hope that you were able to understand our lesson for tonight, and I hope that you have learned something as well. And so we will be signing off. Teacher Maria will be signing off. See you next week, same time, same channel, same teacher. This is Teacher Maria. Thank you, and have a blessed evening and have a blessed week. We will have our games next week, and I hope that you have a good night and a good rest. Bye, everyone. Thanks for being with me tonight. It's quite a very short online tutorial. Good night. Goodbye. God bless everyone. Thanks for watching and thanks for being with me and trying to answer all the questions that we had. Thank you and have a good evening, everyone. All the best in your classes and in your school. And if you do have any questions with maths and science, please do not forget to comment down below. Leave a comment, and I'll be very willing to help and assist you in any way that I can in explaining maths and science topics. Thank you once again. This is Teacher Maria signing off. Please do live your life to the fullest, learn something new every day, and love one another as our God loves us. See you next week, same channel, same time, same teacher. Good night and God bless.